Afternoon, everyone. It's about 6:50, and this is your video number 271, closing comment. Uh, I find it difficult to even comment about this market. Some of the things that are going on are so beyond absurd that it makes it really difficult to make any sense of it. Um, to begin with, we have Hertz, which traded at 40 cents last week after declaring bankruptcy, and today closed 553 up $2.96 or 115%. Or CHK, Chesapeake Energy, which was served its notice that it was out of compliance and had to do a 200 for 1 reverse, and today was trading as high as $85 after the split adjusted low of $12.50, and is a little lower in the aftermarket. In the real world, we have Macy's raising $4.5 billion to help it out using, I guess, property, because it is specifically backed by the real estate and their receivables. It's traded really nicely recently. It closed at $9.55, up 78 cents or 9%. But then in the aftermarket, traded as high as $11.15 and is currently $10.60, which is $1.05 over the close, or another 9%, or pardon me, 12%. The absurd numbers are things like Noble Energy, up 161% at 73 cents. We had this morning, I mentioned ENOB, which was Inocean Biopharma. And when we talked about it this morning, it was trading at 17, up 1288 or 312%. That one came back down to earth after not getting any higher than 1340 in the real world, and closed at $6.06, up $1.94, which doesn't put it in the top 20 with an increase of 47%. Oil traded up to a little over 40.40, and then came back in and closed 38.19, which was down $1.36. And the gold bounced back and traded up to 1705.10, up 22.10. And Bitcoin was down $20 at 97.80, so not much there. As you can see, the market just continues to rally. At least today, the advanced declines were substantially better. They were about 4-1 on the New York, and about 2.6, 2.7 to 1 on the NASDAQ. But the final numbers were Dow up 461 or 1.7%. The NASDAQ, which made another new high today, up 110 or 1.13. The S&P 500, which has now erased the entire loss for the year, closing up 38.42 or 1.2%, and the lowly transports up 179 or 1.82%. But that's so far off the high and has come nowhere near the kind of move back that the other indexes have. There was also Nikola, NKLA, which is the self-proclaimed Tesla of trucking, and it was about $30 last week. Nikola was a private company rolled into a SPAC, And today it finished the regular session at 73.27, up 37.30, 104%. And after the close, it actually traded as high as 94 and has come a little bit back to earth, up at 87, which is still $14 higher, or a total change of 87 would be up about $52. So pretty amazing. But the biggest gainer in the Dow, and the thing that ran the market most of the morning, certainly until it pulled everything else up with it, was Boeing. This morning, I had Boeing up about $17, which is roughly 100 Dow points. But it actually finished the day adding 176 Dow points. It was by far the biggest gainer, and it's up an additional $7 or so right now. And it's just been amazing. The TSA published numbers this morning about the number of people scanned at all airports in the U.S., and the number was 400,000, and it was up substantially. It's also still down 83%. So, this is all fast money, it's momentum, and it's hard for me to even comprehend what some of these stocks are doing at these levels. Have a good evening. I'll be back first thing in the morning.